Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. He's back.
The breast pump bandit.
Out of jail and living with his ex.
I'm on my way to the pawn shop.
Whose laptop was that?
Laura's.
John steals my things to support his drug habit. He's even sold my car to the drug dealer.
He stole your phone and your TV.
I traded it for drugs.
Did he also corrupt his daughter?
Did you at one point give her ecstasy to sell?
No, I have never done that.
What? Yes, you did.
He slept with hookers, moved mistress into the house, moved you to the couch.
This now became my bed.
I mean, come on. I would have put more up here, but I've only got 37 feet of screen. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Yesterday, we met Lauren, who says she resents her parents, Laura and John, for the bizarre and chaotic childhood she endured. I'm talking no rules, no consequences, drinking and doing drugs with Dad, even taking his children to shop while he lifted. Let's see what happened yesterday with Laura, Mom, Lauren, and Dad John, who you might better remember as the breast pump bandit.
I resent my mom because she never taught me any life skills.
I actually told Lauren to drop out of school when she was in 11th grade because she had bad social anxiety and she just hated school.
Well, according to Lauren, dear old Dad John didn't do any better.
As a teenager, I could drink, party, and do drugs with my dad. Now when I think about my dad, it makes me really angry.
Now, Laura and John admit they gave Lauren a little too much freedom.
My daughter Lauren holds me responsible for the way her life turned out. The fact is she doesn't work hard. Lauren's very lazy.
I would drink and occasionally do lines of cocaine with Lauren.
Under what theory do you as a father say, I'm going to do drugs with my daughter?
That was my way of being close with my daughter.
So you thought, I'm going to bond with her. We're going to do a couple of lines of cocaine here. I see your pictures here. This is you bonding with her. Am I in the twilight zone here?
It's messed up. Growing up, my dad would do illegal things to make money. He would go to stores and shoplift. He would go to baby stores and steal breast pumps.
He eventually got caught. John spent a year and a half locked up behind bars.
Well, you just can't make this stuff up. It was dubbed breast pump bandit. Why breast pumps?
Well, there was an expensive item at the time. I had a shoplifting problem.
How did you get involved in that?
Like, I would walk into the mall and ask them what they would like, and I would go ahead and steal.
You would ask them what they liked?
Yes.
Are you me?
My dad did sleep with hundreds of women when he was with my mom. My dad would tell me about his affairs and tell me not to tell my mom.
John threatened Lauren not to say anything about any of the affairs, or there would be consequences.
Did he have an affair with your best friend?
Yes.
And had a daughter?
And had a daughter.
He had sex with one of your 17-year-old friends.
We were having a party.
You were partying with all of her friends, this bonding.
I don't recall that situation. I mean, I was high and I was drunk.
How do you bring that up around the kitchen table? By the way, your best friend that I'm having an affair with and got pregnant and having a baby, I'd kind of like to move her in.
There was another girlfriend, and the girlfriend after that, her best friend, is the one that moved in.
I offered for you to stay for the first 2 weeks.
Excuse me. Did you say you invited him and his girlfriend to move in?
I told him he could stay at my house.
With his girlfriend?
With his girlfriend.
When they moved in, where'd you sleep?
On the couch.
Are you insane?
Yes.
John admits to being more of a friend than a parent to his children, but Lauren says her dad has a darker side, one her mother lived in fear of. Take a look.
Growing up, my parents were constantly fighting.
Back in the day, Laura and I would argue a lot.
My dad would call my mom bitch, stupid, idiot. My dad would say that he would kill her.
My ex-husband, John, was very abusive. Once he punched me in the face and gave me a black eye.
He would just grab or slam her into things.
Our relationship was never abusive. Just typical couple stuff we've gone through.
Lauren doesn't understand why I just couldn't kick him out. I was scared, and he made a lot of threats.
Now, once every week or two, I have a nightmare about my dad killing my mom.
I think my daughter Lauren is exaggerating the abuse. I was never abusive towards her mother.
It really is like a nightmare I can't escape at all.
Okay, you heard what he just said. I was never abusive towards her mother. True or false?
False.
True or false?
False.
Are you lying here, or are they lying? One of you's lying.
I mean, if I don't define abuse, I mean, it's not like I was beating on her. It was a normal boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife arguments, shoving back and forth. I mean, I never really hauled off and punched her in her face.
That's the thing.
You punched me in my face when you got caught messing around. I had a black eye. I lost my job.
I don't know.
Well, how about the hammer you threw at me across the room because you got mad about the Linkin Park song I was playing?
I threw something across the room, not aiming it at you.
At me?
No, I didn't aim it at you. That was just out of anger, picking something up and throwing it in the house.
Why is it always throwing something when you're angry? That's why you got this fear in everybody's face that we have to walk on eggshells around you. Because if it's not the way John wants it, God knows what he's going to do.
You are either abusing or you are not. You said, well, it depends on how you define abuse. I'll let you grade your own paper here. Okay, let's just see how we define abuse. This is from my wife's Aspire program. There's physical abuse, that's obvious: hitting, scratching, pushing, shoving, throwing, grabbing, shaking, slapping, punching, use of restraints, or one's body size or strength against another person. Would you qualify there, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Emotional verbal abuse, example: threats, insults, yelling, screaming, cursing, constant monitoring, checking in, humiliation, intimidation, isolation, friends, family, stalking. Would you qualify there, sir?
Yes.
Okay. We then have sexual, of course. Examples: forcing sex, making you feel fearful, sexual acts, any of those sort of things. Digital examples: demanding passwords, checking cell phones, cyberbullying, all of these things. Hell, you get any of this, you just sell it, though, right? Computers, phones, stuff like that. I'd have to... Robin, you probably should add that to your list here, taking their digital devices and selling them. That certainly would qualify. So, I mean, you're all over abuse. I mean, right?
Correct.
So let me ask the question again.
But this was on both ends. I mean, it was. I mean, we've done it to each other. I mean, there's been times where she would haul off and smack me or punch me and throw things at me for no particular reason.
No, not for no particular reason.
I mean,
if you're coming after me, I told you, I'd smack you right back in the head.
If I would say something that you didn't like a lot, you have an anger problem. You have an anger issue, Laura.
I have an anger issue.
There'll be times when she would fight with her mother, and she would come home and I'd say the wrong thing, and she'll off and smack me in the back of the head.
Right? Smack? Are you kidding me?
This is what I would hear all the time. Just have to hear this going on every night.
Since nobody ever told you, let me tell you now, there is never a reason, ever, for a man to put his hands on a woman in anger, ever. You don't hit, push, choke, scrub. You don't shove, push, hit, anything. You just don't do it. If she's hitting you, then run. Use your feet. That's your best self-defense. Get away. And you two need to understand this young woman here, your daughter, is traumatized. She has what is called a constricted personality at this point. The reason that she has trouble expressing herself is because she's been traumatized. She probably has PTSD. She shakes and shudders. She has nightmares. She's waking up with nightmares because of what you have done. She is not okay, this is going to have to be dealt with. You're an adult, and you need to start acting like one. Did you at one point give her ecstasy to sell?
No, I have never done that.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well,
she might be exaggerating that part. I don't know about that.
It happened.
And later, he slept with hookers, moved mistress into the house, living went free, moved you to the couch.
He's even sold my car to the drug dealer.
Tomorrow on Dr. Phil. This fighter says his toughest opponent
You should be punched in the face.
is his ex.
You keep alienating me from my son.
And his current wife
She's the devil.
is taking swings at her as well.
I'm going to video this because she's crazy.
I'm the crazy one. You're the one with the red hair.
This is at a Little League baseball practice.
Why did you dye your hair red?
We bicker about the color of someone's hair. Are you kidding me?
That's tomorrow.
There is no place that there's anything normal or healthy about this family. And maybe you don't know, but when you look at what is typical, healthy, normal in a family, typical parents say no to drugs and underage drinking. You two allowed drugs and underage drinking, and you participated in it. Typical parents promote education. You encouraged her dropping out of school. You did her schoolwork for her. Typical parents encourage respecting the law. You have no respect for the law. Drug use, drug distribution, shoplifting, selling stolen goods. Typical parents have rules and consequences. No rules and consequences. Did you at one point give her ecstasy to sell?
No, I have never done that.
What?
I've never given you ecstasy to sell.
It was one time, and yes, you did.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well,
she
I
might be
believe-
exaggerating that part. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It happened.
Well, I believe her. Typical parents
Unbelievable.
teach to never tolerate abuse. Your home abuse was tolerated. Typical parents show a commitment to marriage. You just made a mockery of this. Countless affairs. These are accepted by you. Mistress moved in, for God's sakes. Typical parents promote financial independence. She's accused you of stealing her identity, putting her into debt, told bankruptcy is okay. Typical parents protect their children. I suspect you have never felt protected.
Never.
You're like batting zero. Batting zero.
What did you say about the school? The reason that I said to drop out of school? Because they said in order for you to graduate, you had to go for a full year during the day.
I didn't say that you encouraged me to drop out of school, but
full
you
year
allowed it.
and night school. And get straight A's was the only way you were going to graduate. And did you say about the school that I paid for you to go get a degree? I always encourage your education.
No, I never said you encouraged
I got you an apartment in Sunny Isles, living right next to the school, as I paid for the school, paid for an apartment for you and your girlfriend.
You couldn't afford it, though.
I did it, though.
No.
And had a car for you to get back and forth to school. It was a pain. It was a hassle.
No,
it
because
was stress, but I did it.
I got banned from the school tons of times because you couldn't pay for it, and I missed half. I almost didn't. I almost failed out and didn't graduate because we couldn't afford it. You made a promise
But
that.
I tried.
I know you did it. I know.
tried with all my
I know you were
heart to
trying
do-
to.
I
try.
couldn't
Can I
pay so
ask you
much.
one question that I meant to ask earlier and didn't? It goes right along these lines. You said she had 3 shiny new cars. Why?
Because she was in a car, 2 car accidents.
Why, if you're struggling as a single mother trying to make ends meet, why are you
That was
buying
when
your
I was
child
working.
three? I understand. Why are you buying your child 3 new cars?
She tries to make promises she can't keep and go.
I'm asking her.
I try to make her happy. I try to I mean, I bought a car for myself. The first time I ever bought a car for myself, I traded it in and got her the car she wanted and took the piece of crap car because I want her to be happy. I feel bad for what she's gone through, and material items don't mean anything by all means. I know that. But I just tried to make things easy and happy for her. Just take a little bit of stress off of what she's gone through.
So you think she'd rather have a shiny new car than a healthy, peaceful home?
No, but because I couldn't fix that. And I could fix the car part, I would do it. I couldn't fix the home part. The home part was beyond fixing for me.
Could.
I can't. I didn't know how. Your response was kick him out. I told you that's an issue that I have. I'm such I enable people. I do things for people that I shouldn't do, and that includes you.
Well, enable is not a big enough word for what's going on here, and I am serious about that. This is beyond enabling. This is sick and toxic. It's bad for you. It's bad for you. It's bad for you. Look, John admits he partied with his daughters as a teen, but what about now? You will not believe what he is up to. We're going to talk about that next.
I use Xanax and crack cocaine.
John steals and pawns my things to support his drug habit.
I'm on my way to the pawn shop. Let's see if I can get a quick $50, $60.
The TV's missing. He was nice enough to leave me the wire for the TV.
Lauren says she resents and blames both her parents for her completely dysfunctional childhood. Lauren says her mom has always chosen her father over her and believes that now history is repeating itself because her mom would rather enable her dad's addiction than have a relationship with her. Take a look.
I let John move back in with me 11 months ago because I was trying to help him get clean from drugs.
I have nothing right now. If Laura threw me out right now, I would be living on the streets.
I pay the rent, I cook, I clean up after him. When John moved in, I allowed him to sleep in the room because he was always so comatose on the couch from the Xanax. Then I started sleeping over here. This now became my bed.
My dad does completely take advantage of my mom.
I do all that because he manipulates me into doing that. John steals and pawns my things to support his drug habit. My TV's missing. He was nice enough to leave me the wire for the TV. He stole my bike. I have nothing left.
I'm on my way to the pawn shop. Let's see if I can get a quick $50, $60 for that laptop. Right now, I'm gonna pawn it to go score some drugs. They gave me $80. I'm gonna pick up some Xanax, and unfortunately, I'm gonna go pick up some crack.
I put up with it because I feel sorry for him. I don't know why I haven't kicked John out for good.
I did give my mom an ultimatum. I told her to choose between me and my father. She chose my father.
Whose laptop was that you were just taking and pawning?
Laura's.
That was your laptop?
Yes.
Okay, and that was when?
A few days ago.
That was just a few days ago. So you're living with her. By her grace, you're living with her. You said, but for that, you would just be on the street in a cardboard box.
Correct.
And you take her laptop and go pawn it. Did you know he had it?
No.
And usually what I would do is I would go hustle some money and try and get the items back in the house.
And how will you hustle money? By stealing from store?
That and other ways, yes.
What are other ways?
Go to a friend and say, I need money for this, or I need money. I sold my wife's laptop, and I need to get it back in the house before she gets home. Can you lend me $50, $60 to get it back? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. What else? I mean, come on, what do you got to lose here? I mean, it's not like you're going to look bad.
No, I know.
Do you rob people?
No, I don't rob people.
Do you go through the neighborhood and go in houses and stuff?
No, I haven't gotten to that point, no.
It's all in my house.
John says his drug use is out of control and points the finger at Lauren's lack of support and love as a constant trigger.
I developed a drug habit a year ago. I use Xanax and crack cocaine. I'm doing drugs now because I do feel horrible that I have no relationship with my daughter, Lauren.
I think that's a load of crap. My dad is trying to make everybody feel sorry for him.
I use the crack to get me high, and the Xanax mellows me out. It takes away the anxiety. I take Xanax all day long. I'll take up to 5 or 6 bars. Here, they got the 2 milligrams Xanax. I've been taking this for 2 years straight on a daily basis. It's dangerous to stop taking it. Basically, I sleep, I get high, I sleep, I get high. I'll spend a few hours with Laura, then if I'm bored, I'll score some crack, you know, I'll binge for a day or 2. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I can get Laura to give me the car. You got your cousin's stuff, the good stuff you're saying, right?
All I have is 80. That's all I'm giving you.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, I'll be right back. And right now I'm headed down south to go to buy $80 worth of drugs. Like I said, it's sad but true. I just got back from my drug dealer. I just picked up some crack. I mean, this is what my life is. This is what my life consists of. This and this. This is what you smoke it out of. I don't usually do it in front of people. That's why I come in the closet, if you don't mind. And that's it. I'm high. I'm addicted. I've went through $100,000 in a year for drugs. I don't have a penny to my name at this point. Yeah, I used to make fun of people that use crack, and here I am. Now I'm one. I want to stop, but I can't. I just can't beat it.
What do you think about that, seeing your life up on the big screen there?
One, it's embarrassing. 2, I wish I wasn't in this situation.
You can change
like I
it.
said, it's sad.
He's even sold my car to the drug dealer.
How much drugs did you get for her car?
I let somebody borrow the car for like $100.
And they totaled it. I don't even have a car.
So we saw you counted him out $80.
Right. Because he'll just keep bothering me until I give it to him. He's stolen everything from my house. He's even sold my car to the drug dealer. And they totaled it. They hit a woman and totaled it. I don't even have a car.
She found that out on her birthday, too.
If I don't give him the money, he'll just keep bothering me and bothering me and bothering me.
Okay, now wait a minute. Hold on. You gave him $80 for what?
Oh, well, he was supposed to take the money and go get my phone and my TV back that he gave to the drug dealer. So he said, if I give him the $80, he'll give it to the drug dealer. The dealer will give back my TV and my phone. And that seems to be the story all the time. I mean, one time I got something back. That was the only reason why I had any belief that I would possibly get it back.
Okay, he took your phone and your TV.
He took a phone that I had let him use and given it to the dealer, and he took my TV.
And traded it for drugs, or you pawned it?
I traded it for drugs.
Okay, and so you gave him $80 to go get back the TV and the phone.
Right, and he used it for drugs, and he just bought drugs.
And so you now have your phone and TV back, right?
Of course not.
So you didn't get it back?
No.
Okay.
Instead, he sold my laptop after that.
Okay. Now, eye contact here. He stole your phone and TV and trades it for drugs.
Right.
Says, give me $80, I'll go get your phone and TV back. This is a drug addict, crackhead, right? So you give him the $80. He doesn't get your phone and TV. He comes back without the $80 and without your phone and TV.
Right.
And you say, what?
Where's my phone and TV?
And he says...
Oh, the guy's going to bring it by later.
And you go, okay.
No, I know he's full of crap, and I yell, and
But he doesn't care because he's pumped up on Xanax and crack, so he's like, so that just blows over, nothing happens.
Right.
Then he takes your laptop. Then he takes your car. At some point, he took your car.
He took my car.
He gives it to a drug dealer.
Right.
How much drugs did you get for her car?
I didn't give the car for drugs. I give him the car. I let somebody borrow the car for like $100 for the day, but I used that money for drugs.
So you rented the car to a drug dealer?
I gave it to a friend, and he got to an accident, and he gave me money, and I scored drugs with it. Yeah.
What, the friend you gave it to, was he a drug dealer?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes.
So he gave you $100 to rent the car.
Correct.
And he hit a woman.
Yes.
What the police told me was he hit a woman, he blew a light, hit a 80-year-old woman, broke her hip. He totaled the car and fled the scene.
Car's totaled.
Yes.
So now the car's gone.
Right.
Money's gone.
Right.
TV's gone. Phone's gone. Laptop's gone. What have you taken today?
I took Xanax today.
How much?
I take Xanax right now just not to deal with the issues.
We wouldn't want to do that.
It just helps me get through the day, you know. It's like
Don't you want to deal with the issues? What are you here for?
I regret so much bad stuff that I've done over the years. Getting high and doing Xanax is just...
Why don't you try and fix it? Like...
I did try to fix it. I mean, I moved in with you guys, last Thanksgiving, a year ago, to try to get clean.
You try one time and it doesn't go the way you like, so you give up.
I thought I was strong enough to kick the habit. Obviously, I'm not.
I have no idea what it's going to take for her to let go. I don't know what her rock bottom is, and it terrifies me. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's a house covered in blood, a urine-filled vase, and a woman running around high, because that happened just weeks ago when Laura came home to an outrageous scene that forced her to call the cops on John. Was that the straw that broke the camel's back? We'll talk about that after the break.
Recently, my mom went home, and my dad had a woman in the house.
John punched the wall, cut his hand, blood everywhere.
The house was trashed. There was liquor bottles and drugs everywhere. My dad, at one point, urinated in a vase. My mom freaked out. My mom kicked my dad out, but 3 hours later, he was back in the house.
He had given my TV away and my car away to the drug dealers. He never got the TV back, and my car was totaled by the drug dealer.
Well, the story's like you just heard that has Lauren begging her mother to kick her drug-addicted father out of her mom's house and life for good. Is there a point where enough is enough and too much is too much? Or are you telling me I can't do it and I know I can't do it and that's just all there is to it? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
That you are addicted to him just like he is addicted to drugs, and that's it. Do you get that? Do you know that no matter what happens, you can always go to her and she's going to let you use, abuse, take you in, cover you?
I always feel that she'll forgive me and take me back, yeah.
Do you feel any sense of betrayal in the way you're modeling for her?
Oh, yes.
Children learn what they live. What are you teaching her?
I'm teaching her that it's okay to allow to be abused and taken advantage of and used by people.
So there's nothing he can do that isn't...
There's got to be something he does that actually pushes me to the limit. I just don't know what it's going to take.
Well, there's nothing so far, because I made a list.
Oh, boy.
This is John's behavior according to you two. This is between Lauren and Laura. This is his behavior. He spent $100,000 on drugs. Lauren's called 911 because of his domestic violence. He's grabbed you by the throat, choked Lauren's sister, slammed Laura's head into a desk, threatened to hurt Lauren as she talked about affairs, sold drugs, steals from Laura to buy drugs, pawns household items, had a child with a mistress, is urinated in household objects while high, slept with a 17-year-old friend. He's the breast pump bandit. He's bribed Lauren to keep affairs quiet. He's slept with hookers, moved mistress into the house, living went free, moved you to the couch, gave daughter cocaine after an ER. I mean, come on. I would have put more up here, but I've only got 37 feet of screen. The point is, there's nothing he can do.
They think it's normal.
What do you get out of this? What's your payoff for letting him back in over and over and over?
I have no idea.
Do you think you owe him? Do you think you're Mother Teresa? Do you think, well, I mean, seriously, what you're getting something out of it?
Maybe it's because I have a sense of always trying to fix things and just.
I think you don't want. I think she doesn't want to be alone.
I want to be left alone. I always fix and I don't know how I could do it. I'm always trying to fix somebody's problems when I got all the problems. I just try to make things easy for people. I put myself in a position to help people and then complain about it.
But you, when
do you
you're
think
not
he
in a
cares
position to do
about
that.
you at all?
Deep down inside, I'm sure he cares about me.
Do you think you care about her?
I do care about her. I help her a lot of times. Before the drugs, though, I've never stolen anything from the house or anything like that. Unfortunately, yes, now I have been doing it. Maybe I'm not strong enough. I don't know. I thought
Yeah, maybe. Next, after spending over $100,000 and stealing from his family to support his addiction, John says he doesn't think he'll ever beat the drugs. I'll tell him what I think needs to happen when we come back.
Do you need Dr. Phil's help? Text Phil to 88500 and share your story for a chance to appear on the show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
If you are going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. I don't assign people diagnoses here because in order to do that, you have to go through a process. I can speculate. I have a pretty short list of what I would consider with you, and on the short list would be a personality disorder. And a personality disorder, this is important for you to understand. It's an enduring pattern, meaning it doesn't just crop up and then go away. It is an enduring pattern, and it's pervasive, which means it just kind of takes over your whole life. It's inflexible, and it's stable over time, which means it goes year after year, and it leads to distress or impairment. So personality disorders kind of just engulf your life, and there are different types. And there's a type called dependent personality disorder. Now, that is pervasive and excessive need to be taken care of that leads to submissive and clinging behavior and fears of separation arising from a self-perception of being incapable of functioning independently. You just have a need to just be around somebody. You just have a need to, sometimes it's a need to take care of people. Sometimes it's a need to be taken care of, but it's just a need. It's just to cling on, hang on to something, anything.
Sure.
If you had self-worth or self-esteem at a healthy level, you would not allow people to treat you the way you do. Look, you got a serious drug problem. You're in over your head. I'm going to get you some help for this. I'm going to do that as much for your family as I am for you. They need a break and you need help. I've asked Joseph Floyd, the CEO of the Pat Moore Foundation, to join us. The Pat Moore Foundation is just terrific. It's located on a beautiful private co-ed campus on the coast of Southern California. They've been there for 30 years, and they specialize in substance abuse, detoxification, and very individualized treatment. And this is Joseph Floyd right here. Joseph, good to see you.
Thank you.
I've asked you to come here because I do not think there's one chance in hell that this man can kick this habit without professional help, and I think you guys can help him.
Well, thank you for having us today. I hope John accepts the help that we're willing to offer. It would probably be the best decision he's ever made in his life, not only for himself, but also for his family.
Now, I'm making that offer to you one time.
Yeah, yes. I'll do it for them, and as for myself.
While he's gone, you have a lot of work to do, and I'm going to get you the professional help with which to do that, okay? And I'm very concerned that you have maybe some PTSD here. I think you certainly are dealing with some problems with depression and anxiety at a minimum. We're going to talk with you backstage. We're going to get that set up. We're going to help you very much.
Thank you.
Next, a mom who buried her daughter from a drug overdose. She said it would be better if one day she just didn't wake up. How's she doing now? We're going to find out after the break. Ready to get real? Go to drphil.com for advice on relationships, parenting, finances, and more. Plus, weigh in on your favorite episodes, share your stories, and find support in the Dr. Phil community. When you sign up for the community, you will automatically be subscribed to the Dr. Phil Show newsletter. Log on to drphil.com today. Viewers everywhere wrote in to say my next guest touched their hearts when I sat down with her just last month. Heather told me the devastating losses of both her mother and daughter within months of each other had destroyed her almost beyond repair. She said it left her believing her life would be better off if one morning she just didn't wake up. You'll remember her. Take a look.
Since Ashley's death, my mom is slowly dying inside. She spends a lot of her time at the cemetery crying.
Heather says she has lost her purpose in life and admits that she didn't want to do anything.
Losing my mom was tough, but losing my daughter, nobody really understands. I sometimes feel I do not have a purpose in life.
I'm very sorry for your loss, the loss of your mother and the loss of your child. You said, I think if I didn't wake up, it would be better.
I'm just sad. I feel broken. I blame myself for Ashley's death.
Ashley made the choice to take those drugs and put them in her veins and overdose. You didn't make that choice. Nobody made that choice but her.
That's right.
I took a look at your internal dialogue. I should just give up. Don't want to be a mom. I'm failing my family. No point in taking care of myself.
It's all true.
None of it's true. You're reacting to what you say to yourself. You don't have the right to curl up in a ball and sit on the sidewalk.
You're right.
You've stopped taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, familially. That's got to stop. I wrote a book.
I have it.
Well,
I didn't read it, I'm not going to lie. 2020, right?
It's called the 2020 Diet. Turn your weight loss vision into reality. I am going to make you a project.
Yes.
Listen to what you just said. What did you just say?
Awesome.
You just said yes. Yes. Did you hear what she just said? I put the dots so close together. You can't not succeed here. You're going to get off the couch, out of the fetal position. You're going to behave your way to success. Will you do that?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm proud to say not only is Heather refusing to let her heartbreak debilitate her life any longer, she also says since starting the 2020 diet and turning her health around, she feels amazing. And Heather is joining us now via Polycom. Heather, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Dr. Phil.
What's going on with you?
Well, since I left the show, I feel great. I actually want to thank you. You did so much. You don't even realize what you did. Just telling me things I needed to hear helped my heart. So that made really get on board, dive in deep with the diet. I was amazed at the things you told me because I didn't believe you, I'm going to be honest with you, as far as not being hungry. The ingredients, I didn't miss the sugar, I don't miss the salt, and it really does work. I wasn't even hungry. A lot of my coworkers would say.
Now, what Heather's talking about is people rebel on diets, and they do it for a number of reasons, one of which is you just get hungry, and hungry people are going to eat.
I was never hungry. I have your app on my phone. I did that too. And I have a little reminder that pops up, and I sometimes need the reminder because I'm really not hungry.
And I understand that you have lost 8 pounds in the first 2 weeks, correct? All right. Yeah. All right, now listen, and everybody, I know that tomorrow is Thanksgiving, when everybody just puts on a bib and chows down, and you don't have to do that. And here are some tips on how to eat less at each sitting. When you sit down, listen, wait 5 minutes before you actually start eating. And I know that sounds silly, but I want you to experience mastery over the food instead of the food having mastery over you. Put your fork down between bites and finish swallowing before the next bite. There's a reason for that. It lets your brain analyze your blood and catch up so you start to feel full. Eat slowly and take a break halfway through the meal. Don't eat while you're on the move, and eliminate distractions and mindless eating. And leave some of the food on your plate and save it for later. You can do that. You don't need to deny yourself during the holidays. Just be smart about it. All right, I want to thank all of my guests today, and if you want your own copy of the 2020 Diet, it's available anywhere books are sold. Fortunately, it's on the New York Times bestseller list, so you can find it right up in front of the bookstores or on Amazon, unless you're in the audience today, because everybody in the audience is going home with a copy. I know we live in an environment where we're always on the go, so I'm proud to say you can get the 2020 Diet app, which makes it easier to maintain your health. Thanks for being here. So long.